How's it going, guys? I just want to talk about a really good comic in this video, and that would be Spawn. I didn't expect to enjoy this comic, but I eventually ended up liking it. And the story behind it goes is it's this guy, uh, Al Simmons, who basically wakes up in hell because he was assassinated by, a close associate of his. And the story goes that he becomes this kind of anti hero from hell, pretty much. And it's the first comic I've read where the villain, is from hell, and the main story is about the war between heaven and hell, and it's about how Al Simmons has amnesia, and he's trying to remember what happened to him in his previous life, and as the comic continues, he starts to find information. He starts to remember things that happened to him, and he finds his wife and his best friend who's married to his wife, and they have had a kid since Al has been to hell and back, literally. And um, the setting is in the alleyways of New York, and I thought that was a pretty interesting location throughout the book. And there's interesting characters, like there's hobo characters that are essentially the superheroes' best friends throughout the novel. And um, I just thought it was a really entertaining read because it goes through, the philosophies of letting go of your past and everything of that nature, and betrayal, and I don't know. I didn't. This is the first compendium of three, and I might buy the other two because I ended up liking this one a lot. And I'll read the synopsis. A government agent, Al Simmons, was killed by his own men. Resurrected from the depths of hell, he returns to Earth as the warrior Spawn, guarding the forgotten alleys of New York City. As he seeks answers about his past, Spawn grapples with the dark forces that returned him to Earth, battling enemies and discovering unlikely allies. As he learns to harness his extraordinary new powers, he begins to grasp the full extent of what brought him back and what he left behind. So, I just thought it was a pretty deep comic in general, and I didn't know the extent to which it would go through to explore the suffering of Al Simmons and how he's basically controlled by this larger demonic being known as Malboja. And Malboja is basically the leader of one of the circles of hell. And, you know, I'm not going to spoil anything what happens, but it's a pretty intense read. And it goes through at the beginning how all these characters are connected to Al Simmons, and there's these kind of unique detective characters that gain their own independent series from appearing in this comic, Sam and Twitch. And I didn't know anything about all that stuff, but that was just a rabbit hole that I found. And I don't know. I enjoy my comics, that's for sure. And aside from this, I read a lot of The Walking Dead, but this was the first other series of comics that I actually ended up enjoying and might complete. Um, it's like there's a lot of neat artwork too. I'm trying to show you. Okay. Can you see it now? Whatever. uh, if you're a fan of comics, I would definitely recommend adding this one to your collection. And like I said previously, it's the first of either 3 or 4 compendiums. I can't really remember which, but yeah, that is the video for now, and I just wanted to talk about a neat series. So I love you, Squallies. Good night.